What's going on, everybody? Back with another WNBA player props video. Coming off a video last time we went 2-1. We are currently on an 11-2 run. If you are looking for a channel to learn how to play optimally on these player props apps and cash in, win some money, this is the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I'm going to give you guys 3 picks again. In this one, I would recommend you get them on Underdog Fantasy because you're going to get the best bang for your buck on 3 pick standard entries on Underdog Fantasy. You're only paying -122 as compared to other platforms such as a Prizepicks where a 3-pick standard entry you're going to have to be paying -140. If you have no idea what the heck that means, I'll be explaining it throughout this content, helping you learn how to play optimally. Think of it like this: if you were to play 3-pick standard entries over on Underdog Fantasy and you hit every one of your plays at a 55% hit rate, you're going to break even. You're not going to lose any money. If you hit them at a 60% hit rate, you're going to get a 30% return on your investment, as opposed to Prizepicks where if you're hitting them at a 55% hit rate, you are going to lose money, a lot of money, -17% ROI, and a 60% hit rate. You're only getting an 8% return on investment. That is a massive difference for those of you that don't know what the heck return on investment is. If you're actually looking to make money in this game, go ahead and, pull up a return on investment calculator on the internet and type in some of these numbers, these percentages, type in a random number. Say that you put in $100 with a 30% return on investment, see what it spits out at you, It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot more money than you can make in other investments. So let's talk about it. They'll give you all the way to a $1,000 deposit bonus is the other thing with the promo code KJKDFest, my link down below. So take advantage of that offer. I'll be talking about my tools throughout this video. And once again, you can get 7 days completely free with my new trial package, the Launch Off Member Package. It's only $9.99 a month. That is a joke, and I'm going to leak one of my VIP Platinum plays per day to you. One of them, optimal place, so that you can build that bankroll up and then join those top packages. These are for people that are really serious and trying to make some money in this game. If you're someone that's just looking to have some fun and you watch the free content, that's perfectly fine. Let me know down below in the comments. Why do you watch these videos? Do you like to have fun and have a little sweat and watch the game? Are you actually trying to make some money? I think most of my audience is actually trying to make some money on these apps, and they're probably going around to 7 different creators and blaming them for their losses rather than truly learning like the important stuff of how to profit on these apps that I teach over there. So I've gone ahead and released that cheaper package for those of you that might not have the biggest bankroll, so that you can build your bankroll up to the top packages, and you can get 7 days free now. So let's talk about it. We'll go pick by pick here, game by game, as we always do. We got a beautiful WNBA slate tonight. We got a solid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So we will break down each and every one of the plays that I like. The first play we're going to talk about, and once again, this will be an actual VIP ticket, 3 plays. We're going to be talking about Miss Aaliyah Boston. I think it's Aaliyah, might be Aaliyah. I think it's Aaliyah Boston, Elijah Boston. I don't know. Let me know if you know that. But anyways, Mrs. Boston. We're going to be talking about her rebound prop here today, which I do like quite a bit. It is listed at 9.5. On these platforms, I'm using multiple tools every single day to find the very best plays on these apps. One of the tools is Outlier, and they're going to hook you up with a 7-day free trial, completely free, not a dime, with my link down below. Went ahead and partnered up with these guys. I'm trying to give you as much free value on the channel as I can, and these tools are very valuable. We like the over 9.5 rebounds is the prop I'm going to be talking about here. And the beautiful thing, you'll hear me talk about price a lot on this channel, because when it comes to these player props apps, price is very important if you're new to this. And you can see on these other sports books, the over is heavily favored on Miss Aaliyah Boston's over 9.5 rebounds, and for good reason. The beautiful thing about Outlier is not only do they bring in those price tags, but they also bring in the underlying metrics to go along with it. When it's bright green, it means it's helpful for the prop of the side of the prop that you have selected. So I have the over 9.5 rebounds selected. You can see it's bright green. 11th in the league in rebounds are the Connecticut Sun. They're giving up 38.2 rebounds per game. This means there's 13 teams in the WNBA. They're 11th. They're terrible. They're almost dead last as far as giving up rebounds to opponents. So that bright green indicates, it's a good matchup for the side of the prop we have selected. If I go over to the alt lines and I go ahead and click on the under 9.5, first of all, she's plus 100 on DraftKings, indicating that she is not favored to go under the line. And second of all, you can see this turns red now. Not a good matchup for the under. So not only are we looking at these price tags, I talk about it all the time, guys. These multi-million-dollar sports books companies charge a price for you to take the over or the under of each and every prop. We don't care if we're taking the over or the under. All we care about is we're taking the side that's most likely to hit. And as long as there's no pending injury news, which in this case on the Indiana side, there's not. Caitlin Clark's already listed as out. We know she's out. Everybody else is healthy and good to go. DraftKings, FanDuel, all of these multi-million-dollar sportsbooks companies have all of the data that you're seeing on the screen, and they set a price according to the matchup, what they're expected to see. If they don't set the right price long-term, they go bankrupt. These are multi-million-dollar companies that hire data analysts, scientists, big bucks into setting these lines, okay, people? So if you think you're smarter than them, you're not. I am not as well. That's why I use their data to make money on these apps, right? So we head on over to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer here, another tool that I'm using every single day to find the very best plays on these apps. You're going to see all of it condensed. So I'll kind of talk about the perks of each and every one of these tools and just explain my process throughout these videos. Outlier, you saw all the prices, right? You saw the matchup data to underlying backing it up. Daily Grind Fantasy, it's straight to the point. So if you're someone that's hunting for plays on these apps, the problem is they're going to change them quick, right? Prizepicks, Underdog Fantasy, Betr, all these different apps. They're going to change these lines quick. So I have the Prizepicks Optimizer pulled in here. We can go ahead and refresh this to get the latest data. Hopefully these props are just going to remain on the board throughout the day as I'm promoting them. It does look like it still is available. You can see this is a straight to the point optimizer. Those price tags, it's minus 130 on the over on DraftKings. So you're going to have to risk $130 to win $100 to take the over 9.5 rebounds. They're going to make you risk more money to take the over than the under. And the reason they do that is because they're saying it is a higher likelihood that she goes over than she goes under. They're like, we ain't giving it to you for cheap. If you're going to take the over, we're baking out a price. That's how this works. All right, people. So that's what we want to be doing. We want to be line shopping. We want to use these millions of dollars of data to find the very best plays on these apps. We have a 2.69% edge as well, something I try to explain on these videos. If you're watching someone, they're like, I got the locks. That's a term thrown around in this industry so much, locks. This is a good prop. You got a 2.69% chance higher to win than lose. This is the game we're playing. This is how you actually make money, and this is the realistic numbers on the screen. But obviously, we want that to be as high as possible. We can go ahead into the Underdog Fantasy Optimizer. This is where I'm saying to take this prop if you can. They're giving this a 2.69% edge, bringing in even more data. Then we can go to the Betr Optimizer. Once again, they're giving this a 2.97% edge. They're bringing in all these different sports books. I use as many of the optimizers, as many of the tools, as many of the data sets as possible. And then last but certainly not least, we can certainly go ahead and check out OddsJam as well. They have a sportsbook screen, which is going to pull in each and every single possible place this is listed under the sun here tonight. OddsJam sportsbook screen pulled in here, guys. Once again, I'll have a link down below. Any of these tools, if they stand out to you, I'll explain how I use them, why they're valuable, and then you can hook them up. I have a sportsbook screen pulled up here, the OddsJam sportsbook screen. This is going to pull in literally each and every single sportsbook that's listing this prop. I have, at the time of recording, 283 sportsbooks selected on this screen. Every single one of the sportsbooks that has her 9.5 rebounds listed is going to be listed here. You can see she's a minus 130 favorite over on DraftKings. We already talked about that. We're getting a much better price tag at the minus 122. Remember, I said we're paying minus 122 here on Underdog Fantasy for a 3-pick standard entry. That's where I would recommend you take these plays today. Underdog Fantasy. Once again, they'll give you that $1,000 deposit bonus. And for those of you that like your 3-pick entries, your less picks, right? Underdog Fantasy is going to be the best place you can take them. 6-pick, 5-pick entries are better over on Prizepicks. If you like the Prizepicks, 5 or 6-pick flexes are where you're going to be playing over there. But you can see minus 130 on the over on Caesar. She's a minus 130 favorite on the over on Fanatic. She's a minus 141 favorite on the over on Sleeper. You get the point, but I'm just trying to explain to you. This is what goes into my process. This is millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of data on a screen. And this is how these companies make money. I mean, we could go deep into it, but it's simply put, if they don't set these prices right, they go bankrupt, they lose money. These companies, DraftKings, FanDuel, they don't lose money. So we can take advantage. We can use their data and, find the very best plays in these apps. So the Aaliyah Boston rebounds, love it. The 9.5 rebounds is what we're looking at here tonight. She is available on Underdog Fantasy at the 9.5 line at the time of recording. The beautiful thing is, All of these plays are going to be available on all the apps that I talk about on this channel. But I just will say again, the reason I'm saying to take it on Underdog is for one reason and one reason only. You can do a 3-pick standard entry. I'm promoting 3 picks, and you're going to get the best bang for your buck on that kind of entry. She is listed at 9.5 on Prizepicks. So if you're someone that's playing on Prizepicks, you can get it over here as well. Just keep in mind, I would play that in a 5 or 6 pick entry with, 3 other or 2 or 3 other good plays on that platform. That's my advice. And then we got Betr picks as well. Once again, they'll give you a 100% deposit match up to $77 over here if you haven't checked them out. She is available over on Betr picks as well. In the rebounding category, Aaliyah Boston going to be who we're targeting here tonight. The over 9.5 rebounds. All right, people. So as long as you have any of these apps, you should be able to get that first play. We'll continue along here. Second play on the video. We're going game by game. Well, we'll just go pick by pick. I mean, it's the same 3 picks. The next 2, we're going to be talking about Prizepicks Wnba. And we'll be talking about her points and rebounds prop. Once again, a prop that I do have over in this first VIP ticket over in my Discord today that I'm sharing with you here for free. The Prizepicks Wnba points and rebounds. We'll go ahead and pull up some more data brought to you by our friends over here at Outlier, guys. Get into it real quick. You're going to see the edge in this prop at the 24.5 number. You can see this bright green. Once again, we have the over selected. I talked about it. When it's bright green, it's a friendly matchup for the side of the prop that you have selected. I have the over 24.5 points and rebounds selected here for Prizepicks Wnba. This is going to be a phenomenal prop. Why is that? Because, well, one, she's listed at 25.5 in a lot of different markets. They're 9th in the league as far as giving up points. They're 10th in the league as far as giving up rebounds. She's listed as a forward, specifically versus the forward position. They've been good, but she is kind of more so of a center. She plays down low a lot, where they're 12th and 12th in the entire WNBA. So I suppose this is where it comes in handy, I guess, knowing these players' prototypes. I mean, the WNBA is kind of straightforward. Some of these players, like, what am I trying to say here? Like, their prototypes, how they contribute. It's like scorer, rebounder, assister, point scorer, point. It's very traditional roles. Aaliyah Boston, who we just discussed, is a down low center. She's going to crash the glass, stay down low in the paint for the most part. Very like traditional center player, right? Same thing can be said here for this next player in Prizepicks Wnba. She's down low with Azura Stevens, so they're kind of like both down low paint players. There's no Cameron Brink. She's still not healthy, so that should open up some more rebounds for Wnba, Azura Stevens. Once again, guys, we have a full confirmed injury report. Brink's out, Ray Burrell's out, Jackson's out. All we really care about, my process, is as long as the injury report is confirmed, all of the data we're looking at is the latest and greatest data. So, I mean, you can just, as far as I'm concerned, you can very quickly pull up the injury report. Everything's confirmed. The data, these underlying numbers, are all baking that into the price tag, right? She's a minus 135 favorite to go over the 24.5 points and rebounds on DraftKings, minus 128 on FanDuel. You can get that at minus 119 on Prizepicks. We talked about the minus 122 on Underdog Fantasy. So we're getting really, really good bang for our buck here. They know all of these things. She gets 2.3 offensive rebounds per game, 5.7 defensive rebounds. As far as field goals, she's taking 12.9 field goals attempts per game, where she's shooting 53% from the field. So this is all known. I talk about it all the time, man. But, we can just kind of get down to the nitty-gritty, quick to the point. Use the multi-million-dollar sportsbook data that I discuss all the time. Use these tools. We can type in Prizepicks Wnba here into all of 3 of these optimizers. See if she's available on Prizepicks, on Underdog Fantasy, on Betr Picks, and she is at that 24.5 line. You can see we have a 2.38% edge for her to hit this over, listed at 25.5 in multiple markets. Favored on the over 24.5. The 24.5 points rebounds is where we're getting the edge. Available on Prizepicks, available on Underdog Fantasy, and available on Betr Picks at the time of recording, which does make me happy. You can get it on any of those apps. And then if we want to go ahead and get real detail-oriented, bring in as many of those data points as we want, once again, we can head on over to, the OddsJam Sportsbook screen. We can go to the players' points plus rebounds right here, and we'll be able to see literally every single place under the sun that she's listed at the points and rebounds prop tonight. And it's at the bottom here, which unfortunately you're not going to be able to see too well. I wonder if I pull this away. Yeah, it's at the bottom, but I can go ahead and do a little bit of quick on the run adjusting for you here so that you can see it with me here. We'll pull it up. You can see Derica Hamby at the 24.5 line. She's listed at 25.3 average odds, minus 113.9 across the market, 24.5, 24.5, 25.5. She's favored on the under 25.5 at minus 130 on FanDuel, and she's favored on the over 24.5 on DraftKings. So I love these props where it's a point differential, right? One's got her at 25.5, one's got her at 24.5. So we can go ahead and take advantage of the line at the 24.5. They're saying essentially she's going to end with 25 even. 25 points and rebounds. And the amount of times that will happen will blow your mind once you really understand these markets and how good they are at setting these lines. So we're getting good edge at the 24.5 number. Go ahead and take advantage. Once again, I would recommend you take advantage on the Underdog fantasy platform if you can, because you're going to get that full 6x payout with these 3 plays. But she is available on Prizepicks as well. 24.5 points and rebounds. For those of you that like to pull up these last 5 game logs, this really means nothing. This means nothing. But there's her hit rate for you, if you like that stuff. And then Betr picks, once again, she's going to be available over here. The points and rebounds category, we'll type her in. Derica Hamby, WNBA. And you can see she's the 24.5 points and rebounds. She's available over there as well. Then last, certainly not least, we got Miss Jewell Loyd, who is a guard. We're going to be talking about her rebounds prop. It's a very low line because she is a guard. They've only got her set at 3.5 here tonight. And for good reason. So this is a perfect example. They're going to set the lines accordingly, right? So Jewell Loyd, she is now on the Las Vegas Aces. Everything's confirmed here as far as injury report. Parker Tyus is out. Gustafson's is out. Starting lineup's going to be Stokes, Asia Wilson, Jewell Loyd, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. There is no more Kelsey Plum in town. So Jewell Loyd, she's kind of like off guard, point guard in this role. However, her line's set at 3.5 rebounds, and I do like it here tonight because of all the same things we've been discussing here, right? She's going to be favored. All the data is going to match up here. Jewell Loyd, she's listed at 3.5 rebounds, and we want to be taking her over here tonight, preferably on the Underdog fantasy platform. Once again, in this 3-pick entry would be my recommendation to you folks. Tune in so you can get the full 3-pick payout. I like to sort this by implied probability, by the way, when I'm looking at the outlier platform here. You can see the 3.5 rebounds. She's got a 54% chance in the over. All of these different markets are favoring her to go over. Minus 139 on Sleeper, minus 135 on Hard Rock Bet, minus 130 on BetMGM, minus 125 on Caesars. Underdog, we're going to be getting that minus 122 that I talk about all the time. She's hit the 60% of her last 10. The Spurs are not giving up a lot of rebounds at all. This is where that red kicks in. I talk about the matchups. But her line's only at 3.5, man. And when we look at specifically the guard position, they're giving up 11.8 rebounds per game. She's only got to grab 4 of those rebounds at the guard. So, I mean, she's kind of like a guard forward in this new offense. It's only set at 3.5. Once again, all the odds indicate she's expected to go over. We're playing the price tag game. That's how you're going to make money on these apps long term, guys. Play the price tag game. That's my recommendation. That's how you truly make money. And you can see 52.57% chance to hit with the latest data from the Daily Guide Fantasy Optimizer. On the Prizepicks Optimizer, she's minus 130 on BetMGM, minus 125 Caesars. Bovada's got her all the way up to minus 135, and Props Builder's got her all the way up to minus 130. So once again, even more markets that are favoring her over even more aggressively does make us happy. The over 3.5 rebounds, 53.08% chance with the Betr data brought in, a 52.57% chance with the data brought in from Underdog Fantasy. So all these different platforms, telling us she is expected to go over. They know the injury report. They know the amount of rebounds she gets per game on average. They know all this stuff, guys. We go back to the rebounds. Let's try to see if we can get Miss Jewell Loyd pulled in here. Can you see this? The minus 116 on Underdog Fantasy is the best place you can actually get this, which does make us happy. Data brought to you by our friends over at Odds Jam here. Once again, you can see Jewel Lloyd across the board. We're looking at average odds of -129.4. An Underdog Fantasy 6 pick is a -116 price tag, actually. So, but we're taking it in the 3 or 5, so you're getting -122. -130 on Bally Bet. They're not even offering the under as an option. That's always a key. There's multiple of these books that aren't even offering the under as an option. That's typically a key indicator that the, the under isn't as likely to happen. One-way markets on these books that are favored, pretty crazy stuff. So that just makes me feel better about the prop is all that I'm saying, right? They're only going to let you take the over, and they're going to charge you a high price. BetSafe has her all the way up to a -145 favorite to go on the over. Same thing here with Betson. She's pushing like -150 on those markets. So a lot of different data here telling us that the Jewel Lloyd over. And then once again, literally they're bringing in, I have, once again, 283 sports books selected. And the best possible place you could take this is on Underdog Fantasy in a 6-pick, technically. We're taking a 3-pick, but it just goes to show we're getting really good value, really good odds where we're attacking these props, which is what I teach on the channel, what I preach, what I try to help you guys out with. So that's the full 3-pick, and it is an official VIP play as well. I'm just sharing it with you for free. We got the Aliyah Boston over at 9.5 rebounds, Derek Hamby over 24.5 points and rebounds, and the Jewel Lloyd over 3.5 rebounds. This is my Discord if you want to hop in there, guys. Once again, I'm now offering a lower tier package that's completely free for 7 days. So take advantage of that. Not enough people are taking advantage of that. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell on your way out the door. Share this with a friend. Let me know down in the comments why the heck you watch this content. Are you someone that's looking to get serious and make money? I thought that was my audience, to be honest. I feel like if you're clicking on this video, you're playing on these apps every single day and you're really looking to learn, and this is where you want to be. And you can get in free, get those launch off package tickets every day, build it up, be smart with your bankroll. I have resources in there as well that'll teach you how to manage your bankroll when you get in, that I give access to everybody in the Discord. And then you can check out my YouTube community page where I do give a bunch of shout outs to winners over there so you can see what's going on. Thanks for tuning in. Wishing you all the best of luck on your WNBA player props tonight. And we will see you in the next one.